Hiya folks, I'm Grim and welcome to Grim Grooves, a channel where I react to and review music of all kinds. Today we'll be checking out the version 2.0 trailers from Genshin Impact, and I'm really excited because the version 1.0 trailers blew me away with how many cool things there were, and even though I've learned that, again, some of the events were only timed and they're past now and stuff like that, it's still really cool to see all the things that they introduced over time and stuff like that, and all the things they add to the game, because it's just, even now that I've started playing, it's overwhelming just how much there is to the game. It's awesome to get into. Speaking of that, I'll be streaming again today at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time if you want to come by and hang out. We've been having a blast streaming Genshin the last week or two, and I can't wait to get into more. I might end up fighting Dvalin today, my first boss fight. I don't know, we'll see. I'm hoping I will, but we'll see how much running around and stuff I do. And I've also got some wishes to roll and stuff like that too, so it'll be fun. But if you've got anything else you'd like me to check out, throw it down in the comments. And while you're down there, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. It helps the channel, it helps me grow, it helps everything, it helps the algorithm and all that type of stuff, and I'm thankful for everyone who supports me in any way, shape, or form. And speaking of that, I'd like to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters who, with their support, I can continue doing what I'm doing, and yeah, it means so much that people are taking the time to actually support me in that way, and so thank you. But without further ado, let's check out The Immovable God and the Eternal Eurythmia. Eurythmia? I don't know. Let's see.
Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and Liyue is the city of contracts. As for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity.
The Almighty Shogun, focused exclusively on our single goal of implementing eternity.
I know of a way to introduce you to the Raiden Shogun. But before that, there is one other place I was hoping you both would accompany me to. When a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor. In other words, a person's vision represents their ambition.
It must be a possession, right? I see. That reminds me. It seems that his vision was recently confiscated.
It's just like that feeling of emptiness.
Ooh, this is really eerie and interesting melody here. Like, it started out with just kind of this main Inazuma theme elements, and now we're going into, again, a very eerie, unsettling elements that are building up into it, and it's really interesting. And also the story elements and stuff, like, I may get spoiled a little bit in these. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Like, experience it for the first time in game is a lot different than just watching a video on little bits here and there. But regardless, I'm really curious about the main character there getting lightning abilities or something like that. Maybe, I don't know, I'm just curious, but let's keep going.
Confiscated.
It's just like that feeling of emptiness. The feeling that something is missing.
For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores.
So cool. Also, these environments look so beautiful. Like, I can't wait to be able to explore Inazuma and, like, even Liyue and stuff like that. Like, because I've only really explored, like, maybe 30% of Mondstadt at this point in, like, that area. So there's still so much that I need to get into. But I've just, now that I'm actually playing the game, it's like, it's really cool to see these things and, like, with a little bit more context, even though, again, I don't know exactly what's going on in the story and this stuff. Like, I'll figure it when I get there. But it's still very exciting and very cool to see. The music's great.
Shores. Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the Almighty Shogun, the lives of those who inhabit the world are inconsequential. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled underfoot. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation without also remaining indifferent to our own fate. Now, it is time for me to honor my word! I await your instruction.
love this remix. It's like you've got the kind of Inazuma themes going on there in the background, and then you have like this kind of drum melody and like just faster paced kind of battle music going on underneath of it, and it sounds really good. And also this character seems really cool, like the fighting style. Again, I always like a good character with a katana and samurai style fighting or whatever and things like that. It's really cool.
Kamisato art! Sometsu! Do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree is tantamount to challenging a deity. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family. There, you will find someone who can help you.
Allow me to introduce myself. A festive reprise! I'm Yoimiya. Great to meet ya. Fire hazard! Sanyu, Shumatsubari at your disposal. And away I go! Genjutsu!
In addition to us, there is also the resistance on Watatsumi Island. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sango no Miya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance group.
Remove all threats to eternity! By order of the Almighty Shogun!
Adopted daughter of the Kudra clan of the Tenryo Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army.
The resistance.
Ooh, I love how the music just keeps shifting up depending on what's happening on screen. Like some moments the drums are going a little more crazy, and some moments it's just a little more chill. And like there's a bit of an air of like unsettling like dread that's kind of permeating through this. I'm guessing that's because of the Raiden Shogun's like influence over Inazuma. So it's like things are tough here, things are rough, and like you need to kind of make your way through. But it's really interesting, and these story beats are really interesting too. Again, I'm only getting little pieces here because I don't really know the context and stuff, but it seems like maybe something happens to Visions and there's resistances trying to like I already kind of got the idea that the Shogun is kind of the big bad in this section, and you need to kind of like take them down and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's just interesting to learn more. And I also just love the style of like Japanese culture and stuff like that, and like the environmental areas and like the level of detail for all these like little environments and like the torii gates and all this type of like so many really cool elements that they put in here, and just all looks amazing.
Daughter of the Kudra clan of the Tenryo Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army.
The resistance never betrays its own.
A ceremony, you say? Why would such a task be left to the Tenryo Commission?
The wait is over, my comrades.
So cool.
You will be inlaid upon this statue.
That's really cool. Ooh, Thunder Dash. It's a really eerie melody as well. Like, this is cool. It's always awesome to see like all the new things they've added and all the changes and stuff like that. And odds are by the time I actually get to Inazuma, I'll have forgotten most of what I've seen in these videos, except for like little bits here and there. But regardless, and also it was really cool how like when it showed the Raiden Shogun, like it kind of had a little bit of her theme coming in there, just a little bit, just kind of like set the stage for her. And yeah, it's so cool. Such a cool character. No idea what this means. Don't know exactly show them ley lines. I've never really looked into them or anything like that, but I don't know. Bunch of new gear. It's always cool. Alright, that was 2.0, and that was really crazy. Like, we got a lot of information, a lot of stuff happened, but yeah, that looks fantastic. Now, Floating World Under the Moonlight, 2.1. What's next?
Repeat after me. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3.
Yumia's shrine on Watatsumi Island was not located in Sangonomiya. But after she struck down our protector deity, the shrine was abandoned.
So beautiful.
Recently, some of our soldiers started showing symptoms of accelerated aging.
If that's the case, then the peace talks are likely a trap.
The way people charge in here as they please. So uncivilized.
Signora's the one behind.
I want to just mention the music there. It was so peaceful and so beautiful going in there. Like, we're obviously shifting up here now to probably get a little more intense and stuff like that, but that music was fantastic. Like, it's just so serene and so chill and melodic and stuff like that. Like, great piano melodies there. It just sounded so good.
In here as they please. So uncivilized.
Signora's the one behind all this? Ugh, not her again!
Have you learned your lesson now? The way you follow me around like a dark shadow.
Not even ashes will remain!
Let's get them! Protect Madame Kujo!
I will do everything within my power to defend my family's honor.
Strike!
With the music's getting so much more intense now with the heavy drums and the guitar coming in and everything like that. Like, it definitely setting the stage for like huge battles and crazy boss fights and things like that, and seeing Senor and stuff like that. Like, I think this is the first time I've actually seen her in the game context. And again, I don't know where you fight her. I don't know what happens like before this or anything like that, but it's still really cool to see. Like, she's probably pretty crazy boss fight, I'm guessing.
Family's honor.
Strike! Storm the front!
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already! You just want to take everything away from us!
To survive hardship, you must prepare for hardship. Rest and rebuild! Covenant of the Deep!
Some ambitions have the power to heal wounds, to bring victory.
Indulge my curiosity. What is the reason that I find you standing here before me once again?
Shine down! Now you shall perish!
Ooh, she's such a cool character. I actually tried the trial with her because I'm just running through the trial solo outside of the stream just because I figured I might as well get them out of the way before I run out of time for them. And yet, playing as Raiden Shogun is so cool. Like, I really like the character and the movesets and things like that. I didn't really, again, spend tons of time doing it. I just went through the trial just to get the rewards and stuff. But very, very cool character, very cool design, really fun to fight with and stuff. So I'm excited to, maybe I'll try and roll forward today. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, this is fantastic. And the way the music shifts up for each person's theme when it shows them is also really cool. Like, just getting a snippet of like their actual theme from their demo, I believe, or just like kind of elements of it worked into this main melody they're just running through this whole thing. It's absolutely fantastic.
Now you shall perish!
Surely you don't think your ambition alone is enough to shake A's will, do you?
That's it. Just like that. Eternity stretches things out over a long time.
But each moment within it becomes all the more fragile.
Ooh, that's cool. It's the first time I've ever seen Wanderer or Scaramouche's like actually talk and do things like that, like other than the demo I saw, but you only get little bits there and stuff like that, and I didn't realize he was so menacing. That's really awesome.
You know, this is starting to feel like chili pepper weather. Did you happen to see how the city looked on the way over here? Everyone's getting ready for the Moon Chase Festival. I'm taking part in this year's Masterful Chefs. If possible, I'd like you to be my culinary consultants. There is one dish that perhaps you could try making for me.
We have 2 extraordinary talents this year. I'm interested to see their choice of dishes.
Okay, without further ado, let the cooking commence. Begin.
That was such a chill melody going on there. Like, so beautiful. Like, especially going off the whole, like, fighting sequence music that we had before. Like, just so peaceful, so beautiful, so serene, once again. Like, yeah, so touching. And it's like the slice of life elements after the main big bad's been taken out or something like that. Just very peaceful, very beautiful music. That was cool. It's a fantastic song. I definitely heard this one at some point. I probably during one of the symphonies that I listened to or something like that, but it's absolutely stunning, like beautiful, this song. It's so good. Looking forward to fishing. That'll be fun. Such touching melodies. Wow. On to 2.2. Into the Perilous Labyrinth of Fog.
As soon as the melody began, my mind began to drift, and I could hear the sound of someone playing along with me. Come, try it for yourself. It's all yours.
Instruments?
Time to rock! Never thought I'd run into familiar faces so far from home.
This place, yes, this used to be my dominion.
It's the scent of monsters, the aroma of battle.
I don't care how strong they are. They'll be ashes when I'm finished with them.
Please, allow me to assist you in battle with Shikifuda and Onmyoto.
Ah, the monsters here are strong. Fierce fighting awaits us. It would appear that this place...
Yeah, that's something I wanted to mention too. Like, all the different monsters I'm seeing, I just can't wait to actually fight them and see what they're like and stuff like that, because, yeah, I've only still barely scratched the surface of the creatures that are in the game to fight. Like, I've fought maybe like 10 or 15 different monster types at this point or something, like not a lot. So getting to see little glimpses here and there of like monsters I'll be fighting in the future is really cool to see, because the monster designs in this game are really cool.
Fierce fighting awaits us. It would appear that this place is some sort of combat training ground. There's nothing but fighting and slaughter to be had here. Now that we're all here, what do you say we get to the bottom of this?
Where are we headed this time?
Don't get too close! Here's backup!
Ooh, that was so cool. Like, I'm guessing this is some kind of like trial dungeon or something like that, or just like some kind of, yeah, I don't know, some kind of new dungeon they add or something like that, but it seems really cool. And these characters are also really cool to see fighting and stuff like that. Like, so much character, and that music was fantastic. Again, the electric guitar going through a lot of that was really cool. The drums and everything, like, so high energy and so hype. That was awesome. So beautiful. Wow. It's a really interesting melody, very like bubbly, very again unsettling a little bit. Like it's an air of like mystery to this music, which is interesting. Yeah, I don't think I've heard this melody before, but it's really interesting. Oh, rhythm game mechanics. Sure, like for me, all these weapons and all this gear has been in the game for a long time. Like obviously I don't know like any of it, but still it's not as important to me as maybe it was for you guys seeing this for the first time, because again, it's all available to me now, I guess. I haven't really looked into it, but it's still very cool to see that like there's really cool designs and stuff like that too. But the music is where I'm more focused, especially for these ending parts here. Let's see what's next. 2.3. Shadows amidst snowstorms.
With this newfound strength, I will defend those who fight alongside me. Protecting my soldiers doesn't just mean having a robust defense in place. It means going on the attack. The key to seizing victory in battle lies in remembering the meaning of battle and employing the right tactics to generate momentum. Fall in! Keep your weapon at the ready. You never know what's around the corner.
This is a really interesting rock song with like the Japanese soundscapes kind of interwoven in. Like it's really cool, really well done. Like this is fantastic so far, and this is only the beginning.
What's around the corner? Press the advantage!
And Oni!
The Tenryou Commission recently issued an arrest warrant.
Arataki Ito. We've been trying to apprehend him recently.
If people see Oni causing trouble again, that'll defeat the whole purpose of the sacrifice you made!
Come on, men. He won't get away this time. Just give yourself up, Arataki.
A long time ago, I picked up this rare paper charm. It's very precious to me. When it gets torn, this place goes up in smoke.
Ah. Idiot Oni. What did you say, little one? Go on. Say it to my face. There! It's showtime!
I was hoping a bit of his theme would come in because his theme was fantastic, and just like this like power ballad electric guitar going on here, it sounds so good. Like it's just such a good melody.
There! It's showtime! Oh, coming through! Step aside. Ito's back in town.
You've had your fun. Now it's goodbye.
Shut up, would ya?
So cool.
The transcendent and miraculous are not the only things to which human beings aspire. They pursue the everyday, the ordinary, to a far greater extent than I would have ever imagined. This mountain we stand on is a cradle of life's profoundest mysteries, a vast and terrifying hotbed of possibilities.
People are put off by the cold and don't realize that there is much to explore beneath the icy exterior.
Are you here to build a snowman too? Let's combine our forces and build ourselves a huge snowman. It'll be a ton of fun. What's on your mind? You see?
Is that Timmy? No, this is really cool. Seeing little bits of Dragonspire Peak. Like, was this blocked off before this? Like maybe they just introduced Dragonspine Peak. Dragonspire, yeah. I think it's Dragonspine Peak, like here in 2.3. I don't know. It's interesting. I think we may have gotten some scenes of it in the last batch of version trailers, but I'm not sure. Regardless, this is very cool. And the music's also really good here. Just very peaceful again, very like soft piano melodies and things like that.
Huge snowman. It'll be a ton of fun. What's on your mind? You seem a little distracted.
That's a little bit of tension with those strings though too. It's not all peaceful.
Some of my alchemy notes are missing. We do not yet know the identity of our thief. Please take care.
Dragonspine has become more dangerous than it used to be.
Oh no! Avalanche!
Albedo, what the devil do you think you were doing?
That was intense. I'm guessing this is like some kind of side quest or some kind of story quest that happens after you've already cleared the area or something like that, maybe? I don't know. Something that just came in later. Like, it'll be interesting to go through because all of this stuff's unlocked for me when I get there eventually, like, I'm guessing. Although it'd probably be different level caps for being able to do these things, but regardless, it's still very cool that there's just so much content to get into and delve into because, yeah, there's so much to do. And I can't wait. It's a beautiful, peaceful piano melody here that is absolutely phenomenal. Like, again, so peaceful, so serene. It's just so beautiful here. Like, just for the ending little clip here. But, yeah, this is fantastic. Building a snowman. A little bit of violin just singing in the background, or the strings just like, yeah, it adds so much to this melody. Like, it's just such a peaceful, chill melody to bring us out on. Like, but I love how they're not just doing the exact same thing every time. Like, I believe in version 1.0, a lot of the ending little bits here were the same melodies, which was fine. I mean, it was still a really good melody, but here we're getting unique ones every single time, which is fantastic. It sounds so good. It's a lot of set bonuses. A lot of information in the set bonuses anyways. Alright, on to 2.4 with Lispy.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber?
Bleeding Colors in Flight.
That's a huge project!
The Jade Chamber belongs in the sky amongst the clouds.
When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform and looked down upon Liyue Harbor far below. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built the Jade Chamber anew at this time. I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world.
Deep down inside, I wish I could slow down time. I feel very fortunate to be right here, enjoying the fire.
This sounds so beautiful. I don't think I've heard this song before, but it's just stunning. Like, just the strings are just so beautiful here. Like, it's so touching, and again, with the backdrop of the Lantern Rite Festival and stuff like that, like, it's so stunning. Like, I don't think I'm gonna cry on this one, but it's definitely got me before the Lantern Rite Festival music. But this is just a fantastic melody here.
I feel very fortunate to be right here, enjoying the fireworks, and enjoying the view of Liyue Harbor.
Getting a bit of the Liyue soundscape in there with the kind of core melody that we've been driving through here. Sounds so good. Like, oh, I love how it mixes it up. It's like you have the kind of one main melody for these that kind of runs through the whole thing, but then it shifts up so many times depending on what's happening on screen, like showing off different characters or showing off different situations that are happening, and then it kind of builds back into the main melody over and over again. Or sometimes it shifts up entirely, but it's just so fantastic, so well done. Like, just for trailers, like, and I'm guessing this music's in game at different points and things like that too, but still, it's fantastic.
The story of a girl becoming a hero.
Perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be.
Transfiguration! Do your master's bidding!
Leading colors in flight. That looks really cool too. All of these look awesome. Like, but the music is just stunning. Next. A new area?
The fate of this world is already sealed. Soul shall turn to dust.
This eerie synth melody building up. It's almost like music from Tron, but it's really cool. Really good backdrop for this kind of eerie, unsettling section here that I have no idea what it is, but something crazy that you unlock or something able to do.
Let the flames of redemption burn from the ashes to this world of you. How brightly burns the truth! Hear the inferno's call!
This music's getting so intense. It's building in such a crazy way. Like, just so many elements, like the violins just going crazy, like maybe the cello in the back, like, I don't know, but there's just the viola, I don't know. It sounds fantastic though. It's just building and building so much more intensely. Wow.
It's not going to be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Wait! Giant wing!
If it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
Leviathan? Really cool. Excited to find out more about that. That seemed really cool. Like, I honestly wouldn't say I'm spoiled much in this because I don't understand what's happening a lot of the time, but it looks amazing and sounds amazing. Once again, an incredibly peaceful, like, ending song here. Prop hunt? That's cool. Find 8 Tanukis. That part almost sounded like the Final Fantasy jingle. Oh, new outfits. Such a beautiful little piano melody here to bring us out. Oh, it's so beautiful. Wow. Right. On to 2.5. What'll be next? When the Sakura bloom.
All of Inkanomiya is engulfed in a darkness that cannot be dispelled. There have also been reports of monsters, the likes of which no one has ever seen before. Strange monsters? And...
So that area we saw in the last trailer was Inkanomiya, which I've heard some music from. It sounds really good so far, from what I've heard. But I'm curious to learn more about that area and like things that happen there and stuff like that, because it seems really interesting. Let's keep going.
Which no one has ever seen before. Strange monsters? And an all-engulfing darkness?
So you're here to help resolve this,
What's with you joining forces with them? I would say this is a nice surprise, but it's really not that surprising.
Inkanomiya is exceedingly dangerous right now.
Here's hoping I have the chance.
This tower seems to hear my wishes.
There's darkness churning inside.
This sounds fantastic too, like the layered strings going on, like you got the violin, maybe the, again, cello or something like that in the background. I'm not exactly sure what the other one is, but it's just an ongoing melody here. And then you have the slow piano melody. Like, it has some elements of like danger to this music. Like, obviously there's some tension there, but it's also very beautiful and very like serene, very, I don't know, just very chill at the same time being very intense. Like, it's interesting they can kind of mix the two.
Hear my wishes.
There's darkness churning inside the Dainichi Mikoshi.
Do not come any closer.
Do you honestly have another choice?
Wow. Beautiful. Spirit
Oh,
bomb.
Hakushin, cause of this enchantment.
Your unrivaled power will be honored eternally.
Spirit bomb.
You're all right, little one. You look a little nervous.
Do I?
Now you've got my attention. Right now. Come on out. Is that all? I'm always watching.
Good! With this power, no one...
I love it when they mix in the kind of traditional instruments from these different zones into like these main themes, just like flawlessly. It just transitions from one kind of music to another, and it's like they flow together so well, like just so well composed that like you can go from one style to another style, like one after the next, and just it flows so seamlessly, and the music is just so beautiful all together throughout the whole thing.
Good! With this power, no one shall be able to stand in my way!
It looks like she will no longer allow me to do with this body as I please.
Something seems wrong with A.
During my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
I'm placing my god in your capable hands. Please, bring her back.
You wish to make yourself my enemy?
How the heck?
I am the everlasting Lord, the guardian of eternity. Inferior! Perish! Ruin follows my blade. Witness the final calamity!
That looks so cool. Two of them. It's like one the god and one's actually her. I don't know. I'm curious to learn all about her story and stuff like that. I'm just getting little glimpses here, but again, I don't really know any of the details surrounding any of this, so to me it's just, yeah, upcoming boss fight, upcoming characters, but I don't know the context or the reasons behind these things. And like I said before, by the time I actually get to Inazuma and get to experience this stuff myself, I'll probably have forgotten a good chunk of what I've seen here. But regardless, it's still really cool to see. This is much more unsettling for an ending song. Like, it's not as peaceful and as serene as the other ones. Like, it's definitely a bit unsettling, a bit like, I don't know, a bit tense compared to the other ones we've heard. So this is really cool. And also, it's interesting to see all these little mini games they add to the game. Cappuccino maker. Making your own dungeons? That's cool. Wow, that looked cool. It's a really interesting looking weapon. It's a really strange way to end it. Like, I wouldn't say strange, but it's like a lot more tension and a lot more, again, unsettling elements than there was in the last ones. It's usually very peaceful for the end bits, but that one's like, something bad just happened. We don't know how it's going to turn out, and here's like the melody that comes afterwards. And it's like everyone's unsure of what's going to happen next and stuff. That was really interesting. Still, on to 2.6. 3 more. Zephyr of the Violet Garden. What we got?
Wow, it's so beautiful here! So many things I've never seen before.
Aren't you two even a little curious about what interesting things you might see at the festival?
A signed first edition is going to become quite the collectible. I've got to get my hands on a copy.
I've been here.
Genshin Comic-Con?
Quite the collectible. I've got to get my hands on a copy.
I've been here since last night so I could buy a figurine.
Arataki numero uno Ito challenge you to an all-out, no-holds-barred, anything-goes duel.
It fails to fulfill the most crucial elements. Inspiration.
Once again, integrating all these different themes into just a core melody that's just flowing so perfectly. Like, Ito's electric guitar section there just sounded so good. And now we get Albedo and a little bit of his theme coming in. Like, oh, it's so good.
It fails to fulfill the most crucial elements. Inspiration.
Thank you.
In that case, we'll need to order more dishes.
Greetings. Ayaka has mentioned you on numerous occasions. Delighted to make your acquaintance. I am head of the Kamisato clan, Kamisato Ayata. Cascade! Mind the deluge. Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Now just...
He seems like he'd be a great Hydro character. Just very cool sword, very cool design, and like the attacks and stuff like that. Areas of water, like I don't know if it heals or disorients enemies, but regardless, seems like a very cool character. Probably be fun to play around with.
Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Now to start reeling them in.
Music was absolutely beautiful too.
If my suspicions regarding the portal network are correct,
Chasm,
then the fact that there is a portal leading here tells us that the Abyss Order has their eyes on this location.
I did learn that the Abyss Order is like an order of like non-human beings when I played the game last. It's all really interesting, the different factions in these games, in this game, I mean. Just learning about all of them and like what they do and who are they, and I'm sure I'll learn a heck of a lot more going forward. I know the name kind of thing, right? And what they're built up of, I guess. But yeah, this is really cool. And the Chasm, looks like this is the Chasm, which I've heard a lot about. And the music has been fantastic from the Chasm that I've heard so far.
Tells us that the Abyss Order has their eyes on this location.
As the heli drills go in, they never emerge again. Everyone's driving themselves crazy worrying about it.
Maybe whatever's going on in the chasm really is connected to the Abyss Order. A whole city that's floating in the air! Upside down?
More than one kind of strange power exists here. That it's highly likely that even as we speak, the Abyss Order is watching our every move.
I love that it has a bit of the crazy violin that we get from the chasm, but not quite. Like, it's a toned down version of that kind of violin melody, because there's some of the music in the chasm is just so crazy with the violin. Like, it's absolutely stunning. And yeah, I'm excited to actually get to experience it myself too. Like, because it also looks really cool.
Order is watching our every move.
What's this?
Conversation's over. Brace yourselves.
Meddling fool! Encumber us no more!
Find a way to stop that thing!
Making people crazy. Very cool. Can't wait. Like, I'm not going to rush through the game to try and get to these later parts, but I'm just excited for when I do eventually get there to be able to experience all these crazy story bits and all these crazy sections, because, again, I'm getting, like, little slivers of information here and there, but I still have no idea, like, the motivations, why these things are happening, who they're happening to, like, who the characters really are, aside from just, like, their names and kind of, like, the element and stuff, like, the little bits I've got from the demos and stuff. But, yeah, I'm excited, because there's just so much that I still don't know yet. So many side quests and stuff. Another peaceful melody here. Ooh, nice. Just a peaceful melody here coming in with the again, more traditional Japanese elements here coming, the music here sounds so good. Like, just the piano alone is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. Shamisen maybe? I don't know. Where's Liyue? I don't know. Again, too, I don't know how many of these events and things like that are still, like, a part of the game, or if it was just, like, a timed thing, but it doesn't really matter. It's still just cool to see the things that they've added and changed over time, and, like, how they've grown as a company, and, like, what they've done to the game, because, again, this is still only 2.0, still fairly early on in the lifespan of the game. Sounds a bit more like Liyue than Inazuma, but I'm not exactly sure. It's hard to determine between the two sometimes, and I apologize if I get it wrong, because I know I have in the past. But anyways. And having 4 pieces of a set, there's so much dialogue, or so much text there for the different effects of it. It's cool. 2.7, Hidden Dreams in the Depths.
My father, he's thinking of stepping down from the Tianshu position.
I first met Yelan when she was very young. Even back then, she was extremely tough, and she kept her cards close to her chest.
The day the chasm was unsealed, I put in a request to be transferred here, so I could finally learn the truth of what happened back then.
Everything is chaotic here. If you stay here too long, this space may well devour you.
Does that mean even Shao can't?
Ooh, that main melody is already really good. Like the woodwinds instrument there and like the percussion, but then you get the bass coming in, like the heavy bass. Oh, it sounds so good.
This space may well devour you.
Does that mean even Shao can't sense our presence here?
Something seems to have been activated inside the Fantastic Compass.
I fear that this problem underground is bigger than we thought.
Just focus on taking care of yourselves. I'll figure out the rest.
Gotcha! Busted! Here comes the catch!
It's funny, it becomes a lot more funky and stuff like that as soon as Yelan shows up. Like, it's, again, parts of her theme and stuff like that, but it's really good.
Busted! Here comes the catch! Maybe I should make better use of my time.
Our bond is strong! Stand with me! Lightning, purify!
Ooh, that was fantastic.
No, it's still alive. Why would you become like this?
That sounds like Shao! Could he be in trouble?
This is Xiao's like main story quest or something like that. It's really interesting. He's a really interesting character. I've always been fascinated by him and the things that are going on with him, and I know nothing. I know very, very little, but it's still really cool to see.
That sounds like Shao! Could he be in trouble?
No way! Was that who I think it was? Something's not right. Something's wrong with this domain. Leave now! Get out of there!
I feel like it's a fake or something.
I lured you here to this underground space because I found your weakness. Die here with me.
Curious who the big bad is there and what's going on there. Yeah, little slivers here and there. But I mean, it's a trailer. It's supposed to be enticing. It's supposed to make you want to check it out. I mean, I'm sure you guys, when this first came out, you probably saw some of these trailers too and like got to see the same things I'm seeing. Except you are probably much closer to it. Like you had probably finished Inazuma by this point, and like you get this new update and it's now new content, and you just kind of have to figure out what's going on with it. And you get the little teaser here from the trailer, but yeah, I'm so far away at this point. Like I said, by the time I get there, I'll have forgotten a lot of this stuff, I think. Still need to get to the leeway first and everything there.
Yeah.
It's a nice woodwind element melody here too. Like, I think it's maybe a Japanese or Chinese like traditional instrument there. I'm not exactly sure, but it sounds fantastic. It's different from the piano melodies we've been getting at the end of these so far. Make your own melodies? What if that's still a thing? It's very eerie but very beautiful, this song. I'm curious if the weapons are like geared to different areas, or if it's just like once they're in the game, any area, chest or rolls you do can get them. I'm not exactly sure, but there's some really cool looking items in this game, weapons and stuff. Anyways, let's get on to 2.8, the final one for today's video. See what it is. Summer Fantasia.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kaedahara Kazuha?
He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryou Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him.
Since the Vision Hunt decree has been repealed, I no longer have any grounds to officially arrest him. Then again, I guess something very interesting is about to happen. That's it. I'm taking this case over. Yeah! Fracture! Can't fool me!
Little guitar action here. This is fantastic. Most of the guitar we've heard so far today in these themes has been electric guitar, and this one's acoustic. It sounds so good.
Fracture! Can't fool me!
When I touched the hilt for the first time,
At least I think it is.
it's as if I was transported to a strange dimension.
Oh, faithful retainers, this is the blessed paradise that one has been searching for. Here is where we shall witness the culmination of all things.
I figured with the name Fantasia, it would be Midsummer Night's Dream or Midsummer Nacht Fantasy or whatever. Like, it's unfortunate that this was a timed environment and I won't be able to experience it myself, but regardless, it still seems very cool. And let's see what we got here. And eventually, like, I'll either do a stream specifically just catching up on lore for areas like this that I won't be able to play, or I'll just watch them on my own, just in like some videos or something like that. I'm not exactly sure yet, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But it's a shame, but it is what it is. I mean, I can't really change the past, and yeah, at least not yet. Let's keep going.
I, who command the darkness, shall lead you to yonder gate of dreams.
Praise be to the Prinzessin, who has led us here to this sacred place.
My sincere gratitude to you for inviting me to join you on this trip, Your Highness.
Look at me, a genius astrologist forced into a juvenile role-playing game.
Lady Magistus, are you embarrassed?
Stop calling me that weird name.
Lady Majig... What?
Oh, excellent, most excellent.
This is so interesting. Like, it goes to like a storyboard, like comic book style art style, which is interesting. And then on top of that, we got the like strange circus music, like Calliope music going on here. And obviously, it's supposed to be very whimsical, like calling her Lady Magistus and stuff like that instead of official. And I don't know, it's really interesting and really different style from what we've seen in all of the rest of these.
Oh, excellent, most excellent.
Oh, official? That's enough.
Come on, just play along.
That's really cool. That's a shame. Once again, the little acoustic guitar outro here, and it sounds so good. Like, oh, it's just fantastically made, it's fantastically choreographed, or composed, I mean. It's so good. Perfect one to take us out for the video. Such a beautiful melody, like comes in just starting out with the acoustic guitar, which sounds stunning, and then you get the piano coming in, and now we're getting the strings coming in too. Like, for again, just an ending song. Again, it probably plays somewhere in the game, but regardless, this is just such a good song. So peaceful. times. It's cool. That is actually a cool outfit. Like I said, such a perfect melody to get to just carry us out on for the end of this video. Like, that sounded so good. It's just such a good melody. Wow. Like, all the music that I've heard in these trailers has been fantastic too. Like, they just, again, the way that they interweave every different element throughout the videos, and just like each character's trailer and each all these different things, like the themes get weaved in and out, and like when intense things are happening, you kind of build it up and go a little crazy and have themes from the environments that these things take place in and stuff, but it's all just one cohesive melody going throughout the whole thing, or like different elements that build and change and stuff like that. But I don't know, just the way that they're able to do that throughout this every single one of these, and then at the very end you get like kind of a peaceful reprieve and just chill melody to kind of take you out, especially this one. Like, this is probably my favorite outro song we've heard so far for these. It was so peaceful, and again, I love a good acoustic guitar section. I love piano, I love strings, so it just had everything that I really like, pretty much. I mean, other than, yeah, anyways. But thanks for hanging out, watching my reactions. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and until next time, later days, folks.